what time it is? It's Walt's World. Come and take a look at how we live. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Walt's World. Told you I'm going to be doing this ESPN list that they got going on. They curated another list. This one is going to be ranking the top 74 sneakers in NBA history. Let me expand the page so you guys can follow along with me. We're just going to jump straight into it. We got nothing but the fire, I hope. We're going to share that with y'all right now. Number 74. Released in 2019, they got the Nike Adapt BB. Now, these sneakers do not have any laces on them. Excuse me, they have power lacing technology to them, if you would. At number 73, got the Under Armour Curry 4. Released in 2017, worn by Curry. I wouldn't wear them, but shout out to him for getting his thing done. At number 72, the Dada C Dubs. Released in 02, worn by C Webb. You can see them silver things right there looking like a bunch of aluminum foil on his feet. They made the list, though. At number 71, the Starberry 1. Released in 07. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I was like a fan of the Knicks, a fan of Marbury, period. So I went and copped these things, and they were so affordable. Like, they was like $15. And yeah, literally got a few pairs. I even encouraged a few friends to get them. So, I mean, I ain't mad at it, whatever. At number 70, we got the New Balance Omnis. I believe those are the Kawhis right there. And yeah, Leonard wore it for one of the more impressive final MVP runs in league history. There you go. At number 69, got the Nike Zoom Soldier 10s. 2016, they was released. And yeah, I definitely remember those things was heat on the streets right there. A lot of people definitely rocked with that colorway specifically and just with the schematic of the shoe, period. At number 68, the Under Armour Curry 1s, released in 15. I don't know what's my grievance. I gotta really put them on and see and take a walk, but I wouldn't walk around in Under Armour sneakers for fashion. That's just to say the least. At number 67, the Nike Hyperflight, released in 2001, worn by Jason Williams. I definitely remember these sneakers. I definitely remember those. And I remember my dad had many colorways to these sneakers. Like, I used to think he was so cool just because of how many different colors he had of the same sneaker. At number 66, you got the Nike Kyrie 4s. Released in 2018. I remember when the things came out. They was alright. At number 65, the Adidas Gil Zeros. Released in 2006. Worn by Gilbert Arenas. Nothing too crazy right there. At number 64, the Nike PG 1s. Released in 2018. Worn by Paul George. His debut signature sneaker. There you go. At number 63, got the Nike Command Force, worn by David Robinson, the Admiral. In 1991, they were released. It's a big basketball sneaker, but I love it for fashion-wise. At number 62, we got the Ewing 33 High, released in 1990, worn by Patrick Ewing. Definitely a classic. At number 61, the Adidas Forum, released in 1986, worn by a couple players in the league. Just an overall sneaker right there. Overall basketball sneaker. At number 60, the Adidas Mutombo, released in 1993, worn by Mutombo. I definitely mess with how that sneaker looks. Like, I don't even remember that sneaker, but I'm digging it right there. Like, I might have to go try to find these right after. Like, at number 59, the Nike Kyrie 1s, released in 2014. His debut. Not a bad shoe for a debut. At number 58, the Air Jordan 20s, released in 2005, worn by Ray Allen. I used to think this sneaker was so cool too because of the feature on the high strap right there. Comes above the ankle. I don't know why. I always thought that was pretty dope. At number 57, the Reebok Omni Pump, released in 1991, worn by D. Brown. In my opinion, I will always just see John Cena wearing these in the wrestling ring, just pumping them up, doing his thing. Number 56, the Pro Cad Royal Plus, released in the 1970s, worn by the such likes of Pete Maravich. At number 55, we got the Nike Kobe 9s High, released in 2014. I wish I had a pair of those. I never personally did. They look dope. At number 54, one of my favorites, I personally had these as a youngster. Released in 1997, the Reebok Answer 1s. And at number 53, I still got these sneakers to this day. Released in 2000, Adidas, the Kobe. All silver drop. Yeah, I definitely mess with that. I still got them to this day. I would have to take a minute to find them in the closet, but I still got them. And number 52, Nike LeBron 15, released in 2018. I always loved the fabric on those, always contemplated, do I get them, do I not? Ultimately, I stopped wearing heavier sneakers in favor of the lighter ones, but that's just me. Number 51, the Adidas T-Mac 1. I remember these. Released in 2001. Wasn't very much fan of the colorway, but due to love for T-Mac, always gave him a try. At number 50, the Reebok Pump, worn by Neek. Man, those kicks look classic. Released in 1989. I used to think that when you press those pumps right there, that you really take flight. I used to really think that, like. At number 49, this made my high school, like, when they were re-released, but the original release was in 1999. The Nike Flight Positive 1s, worn by Kevin Garnett. Those are some of my favorite kicks right there. At number 48, the Reebok Answer 4. I'm not sure why I said 48. I really didn't enjoy this one, but you guys let me know what you think. Am I bugging or not? Number 47, the Nike Total Foamposite Max, the Tim Duncans right here. Like, boy, them Duncans right there was something serious. Them silver things, I remember they had the wheat joints that looked like some Timberlands, the all black ones. Come on, man, it's classic right there. Number 46, the Reebok Shacknosis, released in 1996. Definitely had a pair of these. Had them in the black and the blue, black and the red. At number 45, the Nike Flight Huaraches, released in 1992. Worn by Scotty. Yeah, man. Definitely dope. At number 44, the Nike Shox BB4, worn by Vince Carter. These right here, I remember when I was there, I'm not sure if I was in junior high school, yeah, or whatever, but whatever year it was at, kids was going crazy for these. Like, the Shox, the Boings? Nah. At number 43, the Converse Weapon 1986, worn by Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. I had a pair of these just for throwback value. The Weapons, classic. At number 42, Nike Shake and Destruct, Dennis Rodman's. I definitely remember those. Didn't have a pair of those. Released in 1995. What else we got? Moving on. Number 41, Adidas Top 10. Worn by Rick Barry. Released in 1979. Another pair of classics right there. Number 40, the Converse Pro Leather. Worn by Julius Erving. Released in 1976. Yeah, that's another sneaker that I would see right there in the Converse section and wouldn't know too much about it right there. And number 39, another shoe that when it was re-released, I was going stupid for. I love that black, white, and purple release. 1994, Charles Barkley, Nike CB94s. And number 38, Nike Zoom Glove, released in 1998, worn by Gary Payton. I definitely remember those. The glove was a player that my pops definitely messed around with. He definitely liked all the gritty guys in the NBA, the NFL. That's the type of guy he was. At 37, the Reebok Kamikaze, released in 1995, worn by Shawn Kemp. I definitely had a pair of those as well. And I don't know, who y'all think had, obviously we're going to say Jordan, Nike, you know, they have the resume, but where else do you rank the other brands aside from Nike and Jordan? Like, let's say if you take Nike and Jordan out, where does everybody else fall? That's what I want to know. If you guys can let me know. Number 36, Nike Air Max Uptempo 95s, worn by Scotty, released in 95. At number 35, the Air Jordan 14s, released in 98. Iconic shoe. We cannot forget that one right there. That's a like they said right there in the description, right below the photo. You can't write a better ending. Enough said. Like, you cap it with that. That's it right there. At number 34, the Nike Garnett 3, released in 1999, worn by Kevin Garnett. Excuse me, guys. At number 33, Nike Air Zoom Generation, released in 03, worn by LeBron. Number 32, 1972 is the release date, the Nike Blazer. That was the very first Nike basketball sneaker, worn by Portland Trail Blazer Geoff Petrie. The Blazer has become a timeless staple of Nike's sportswear division ever since. So the Nike Blazer came from a Portland Trail Blazer. Number 31, Air Jordan 13s. One of the favorites right there. One of my favorites, one of my girlfriend's favorites. Air Jordan 13s. Released in 1997. Worn by Jordan. Historic championship run right there. At number 30, the Nike Huarache 2K4s. Released in 04. Worn by Kobe. Definitely classic shoe. If you know anything about that time period, classic, classic, classic. Number 29, Nike LeBron 8. Released in 2010. That's around the time. That's in, yeah, the South Beach, yep. At number 28, the Air Jordan 5s, recently re-released. They were originally released in 1990. At number 27, the Nike Kobe 6, released in 2011. See the snakeskin print on the shoe design. Definitely dope. And the bright green Grinch colorway he debuted on Christmas might go down as the greatest themed. Okay, the Grinch, respected. Number 26, the Nike Air Swoops, worn by Cheryl Swoops, released in 1995. The first woman basketball player to have her own signature shoe. We need more of that. Where's that at? Give us some more women's signature shoes. Let's see them design their own stuff. I'm interested. At number 25, the Nike Penny 1s. Released in 1995. Worn by Penny. Definitely had a pair of those. That was a classic. At number 24, the Air Jordan 12s. Another one of my favorites right there. Released in 96. At number 23, the Adidas Crazy Light, released in 2011, worn by Derrick Rose. I'm not sure why it's high on the list. I guess because it was groundbreaking as far as like a light shoe. But that same shoe might be the reason why he's in the position he's in there. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Number 22, Nike LeBron 7, released in 2009. And 21, we got the Fila Grant Hill 2, released in 1996. I was definitely trying to find a pair of these. These are hard to find. I'm a fan of retro basketball sneakers, even if they might not be on this list. I love basketball sneakers. That's what I grew up on. Like, I grew up on basketball sneakers and Timberlands. Real New York stuff right there. Number 20, Nike Zoom Flight 95. Released in 1995, worn by Jason Kidd. Yes. Yes. They taking me back. They taking me back right there. Number 19, the Air Jordan 6, released in 1991. The first shoe in the series of that three-peat. Right there. There you got it. The Air Jordan 6. Number 18, Nike Penny 2, released in 1996. Another sneaker that I thought was dope, and every time it was re-released, I would try to grab a pair of those. Number 17, the Nike Kobe 5s, released in 2010. Nice, nice, nice. See, the thing about low-cut sneakers or mid-cut, I never used to appreciate them. And then as I got older, I started to give them a shot. And I'm like, well, I missed out on a lot of great things. Number 16. Oh, man, I wish I had these things in my grasp right now, man, because I know I got them somewhere. But we got the Adidas Kobe Bryant 8s right here, released in 1998. Another all-time, one of my favorite shoes right there. I'm glad it's on the list. Number 15, the Nike Dunk, released in 1985. Another shoe that was worn by a couple people. It looks similar to the Air Jordan 1s, but you know, we're not gonna clock that. Number 14, the N1 Tai Cheese, worn by Vince Carter and released in 2000. Yeah, this is when the street scene was definitely fire right there, and N1 got lucky with that one right there. Number 13, the Nike Air More Uptempo, worn by Scottie Pippen, released in 1996. Dope shoe. We did a review on these about a month ago. You know how we feel about these. Dope, comfortable shoe. My girl likes them. I like them. It's a go. At number 12, we got the Puma Clods, released in 1973. As a troll, these are one of the shoes that's on my NBA 2K20 character. Just saying. And it's worn by who? Walt Frazier. Let him know. At number 11, the Air Jordan 4, released in 1989. At number 10, we got the Nike Hyperdunk, released in 2008, worn by Kobe Bryant. Another tough shoe right there. I remember that. Definitely a great basketball sneaker. And now if you're talking about just basketball and take away the fashion, definitely a great shoe. Number 9, the Adidas Superstar, released in 1969, worn by Kareem. That's a classic on so many fashions right there. That, if it worked in basketball, it definitely worked for fashion. That transcended so many things. Number 8, the Reebok Question, released in 1996, worn by Allen Iverson. At number 7, the Nike Kobe 4s, released in 2009. Some more heat from him that I didn't get to appreciate back then. I'm so mad at myself. I'm sorry, guys. Need some water in my system. Number 6, the Air Jordan 3s released in 1988. Number 5, we got the Converse Chuck Taylors All-Stars, released in 1917. 1917. At number 4, the Nike Foamposite 1s, released in 1997, worn by Penny. Definitely a top shoe in culture in the hood. You can find many people wearing those to this day. Number 3, the Nike Air Force 1, worn by Moses Malone, released in 1982. Another shoe that's high in culture value. All right, we cracked the top 3. Let's see what's number 2. Number 2, we got the Air Jordan 1s. I just did a review about these about a month ago as well. I've got to put on my Air Jordan 1s, and I love them. I absolutely love them. So I've heard that they're not great to play basketball in. I think I might have played basketball in the package, the ones that re-released in maybe 2011, whatever year it was. I didn't really like it, but I enjoyed the new line that they're doing. I enjoy it now. Number 1, you ready? I feel like I'm not going to get mad like I did with the last list. Number 1, we got the Air Jordan 11s, released in 1995. There's so many names for these things. You could go with the Concords. You could go with the Space Jams. Go with the OGs. Bread. Like, there's so many names for these things. But the #1 on the list of all time, the Air Jordan 11s. The patent leather, carbon fiber, clear outsole, and unique Cordura mesh, all blended together to result in the industry's greatest basketball sneaker design of all time. That's before even accounting for the fact Jordan wore the 11 throughout a season in which the Bulls won 72 games. And he racked up a regular season MVP, All-Star Game MVP, and Finals MVP trophies. As Hatfield loves to point out, some at Nike actually wanted to stop the 11 from releasing altogether. Jordan was retired from basketball when it was designed, with the return to the NBA not guaranteed. Of course, Hatfield's insistence to keep working on the shoe paid off, as the 11 has become a regular December retro release, with Nike selling more than 1 million pairs each holiday season. And they had to do that because it was a time where, God bless, people were getting murdered for these sneakers. And that's a fact. If you guys stayed this long for the list, I hope you guys watched, enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Guys, stay tuned for the next video. Peace.